It was very interesting to meet those people because I had a preconceived idea that they probably weren't that interested in the arts, and in fact they were very much more open to going on to shows or participating than I had imagined, so that did surprise me a bit.
Meeting the audience representatives was really useful actually. I was surprised at how once we all got on the table and introduced ourselves after the icebreaker, it was just like a group of people with similar concerns trying to find a way forward. It felt like we were all on the same side and working on the same thing, so it was very useful, I felt.
And also I think having what was termed as real people in the office really honed your thoughts into just reminding you are dealing with human beings with real lives and all the things that they battle against in those lives when you're just trying to sell them a ticket for something. So that just really hones your thoughts into their daily lives a bit stronger, I think.
So it was good to sort of delve more deeply into that and particularly sort of finding out those two key areas and finding out just a little bit more about the types of people that fall into that category. I know it's pretty broad, but it gives you a much better insight into what you're targeting.
It was really interesting, particularly for me, to speak to the family and community focus group because they're a group that we are concentrating on in our own borough.
So it feels like that group are or the representatives we had were very conscious of everything being so rushed, feeling rushed in terms of their own working lives, balancing that with their family lives. And also that, once they've got one or two or three children, it gets more and more expensive.
What I'd like to see happen from what we've been doing today is more cooperation and more joined up work between the local authorities and events providers so that we therefore are more engaged in the whole process.
A lot of the ideas coming together, not just it being said and nothing being done with it, just actions, I suppose.
Well, really all the things that I've been interested in I would like to see happen.
I would certainly like to see more information made available on offers and things like that.
The season ticket, the discounted tickets, the loyalty card.
To think about incentives, most definitely incentives.
Quite nice to see something maybe advertised at the local theatre.
Ways of getting children into the theatre and art galleries.
Have any of the local authorities been able to put on anything? Has anything been successful? Have they used any of our ideas? Some people mentioned getting involved in things like the schools, and I think that's a lovely idea. Museums to be hands-on and art galleries not to be too stiff and starchy, more amenable, more family friendly. I would like all those things to happen. Also perhaps getting sent out stuff in the post about upcoming events and layering it so it's not just a one-off event, but you hear about it maybe 2 or 3 times and you hear about things happening in the future, so you really feel like you're one of their customers.
There have been some really interesting ideas come out of today's discussions, some very practical ideas that I think I can take forward in the way that I market to both of those audience segments, both the dinner and the show. We've had one really excellent idea for them, and also a lot of ideas around how we market to families and community focused people, because there's a lot of different ways that we can work with that audience, and there's been some super ideas come out today which I'm sure I will be able to take forward in my work.